every competition is making it a little bit better. Very strong physicality. And yeah, now the foot will decide.
Yeah, he's building on results as well. He was third in Villars for the European champs, then went a bit backwards in Prague, 47th there, and a big boost up in terms of his results here at this competition. So searching for a bit of consistency.
Yeah, a really awkward position for him. He's relatively tall, so to squeeze between the holds, it demands a bit more energy from him.
He's 178 centimeters, and he comes up into this dish. Now that dish is more of a mono, really.
Yeah.
One pad on it. The dynamic, that's going to be hard to stick.
That's going to be very hard. The third dish is so shallow, you have to come super static to this dish to control it well. And I think bringing your foot up first, as we saw Dayan Lee doing. Yeah, chilling, taking his time.
But I know this is a tactic of his told by the coaches, because he used to just go at boulders and not stop, and they said, look, just take a sip of water every now and again, that will slow you down. It's coaching.
But also will make you heavier, so...
That's a good point. I'll have to have a pee halfway through the round, perhaps. Well, the sun at the moment is just about setting over the skyscrapers that are behind this wall. It's a very special place. We've moved location this year from the waterfall arena to the center of the city.
Yeah, the waterfall arena was beautiful because it felt like in the middle of nature, but now it's the first time that I'm here, my third year in a row, but first time that I feel in the city, in Seoul. And gotta say that also the view of the skyscrapers are pretty impressive.
I like it when it's like we're in a big city, we might as well be in an urban environment.
Yeah.
I like the stadium. Right, he's going again. He didn't get his feet right the first time. Can he find something different here? He's looking down at that jib by his head. No.
It's super interesting to see the different approaches from the athletes and to see the difference in their climbing. For Dayan Lee, it didn't look like a big problem just to reach it, and I'm wondering if Dayan here feels like maybe uncomfortable to put his foot up, or he's just not thinking about it because it's a dual texture, no friction hold.
And as a coach, you're not allowed to watch this and give your athletes beta. You can't tell them what to do.
No, I cannot. I can absolutely not talk with them. I can cheer, and it's actually very interesting, the job of the coach when we sit in front of the athletes in a competition. It's not really coaching because we are not allowed to tip them, but it's more about a strategy and appeals and making sure that everything is fine with the athletes.
He's coming up to the minute mark. The buzzer will go in a sec, and it's always an unsettling feeling for the athletes when they hear that. That's better, but still loose with the feet.
I think also if he go like this again, because now what's going through his mind, I guess, that it's okay, I almost grabbed it, maybe I did it better this time. If he's going again to this beta and able to grab the hold, that would be nice, but it takes off so much energy from him from the next moves. Interesting if he will go for it again or not.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have time to change the beta with 26 seconds on the clock. I think he might commit to the same one. We'll have to see. He's picked up the pace a bit, hasn't he? Right, up to that bad dish, and now let's see. He's setting himself for another jump here.
So as we said, the third dish is so shallow and so hard. Those rock cities can be super, super aggressive. I'm not sure about the steepness of the wall in that part, if it's steep or not. It looks kind of like 0 degrees, maybe completely vertical. But for sure, this hold is brutal.
Yes, and Dayan Lee made it look effortless. And
now the UK athlete, Dayan. Let's see how it goes for him. For sure, he wants a top to be, let's say, back in business.
And talk about pressure a bit, because he will be backstage and he'll hear the crowd respond. He'll know there'll be a top and a flash. How do you coach your athletes to deal with that kind of pressure?
Well, I always say that you shouldn't fight the stress. Okay, stress is there and it's legitimate, and we need to be stressed because it makes you more focused, more like even hyper focused. You know, put you out of the noise of the crowd and the audience and everything, and they can focus more. it's not about fighting the stress. It's about being okay with it, or make yourself whole with the stress.
Yeah.
You know?
That's interesting. I guess, adrenaline and things like that, it's
Yeah,
going to
so-
help you as long as it doesn't overwhelm you.
If you think about the man in the cave thousands of years ago, okay, what is the purpose of stress in our body? It's, now I see a bear and I have the option, I need to fight it. So hyper focus, hyper muscles, that can be a good thing, as long as you are not caving down under the stress.
I was about to say, I think I'd be running away from the bear, but you are a better man than me. All right, Dayan, he didn't put the right drop knee in on the tuner that time. He tried to sort of just power it out with the shoulders.
No, he did the same as Dayan, actually.
Oh, the drop knee came afterwards.
Yeah,
I see,
after
okay.
the zone, the drop knee is coming. I think he just didn't go low enough on the left foot with his waist. The shape of weight with the waist was not perfect on spot. Again, I think he can easily correct it now. I'm not sure there was a proper start here. Maybe I just missed it.
Now, because you have to show control at the start as well. But look at his lower hips, you think?
Yeah, exactly.
And then the drop knee comes in.
That's good. Also very aggressive hold.
And a huge jump here. No!
So, exactly what I told you. He was jumping to the right side of the hold. This hold is so sneaky because you don't know exactly where she goes deep and where it's shallows. So he went like middle right, and it was not good enough to stop the swing on it.
The setters have put a lot of chalk on the left of that hold, and presumably that's just give the athletes a hint of what's there.
Kind of a hint. I guess some of the chalk is coming from the testing of the boulder, and some of it, maybe it's a hint. Actually, tick marks, like marking
little lines on the boulders.
Yeah, they are not allowed in boulder. So they are allowed in lead, and we see them in lead a lot of times, but in boulder it's actually not allowed. My guess is, Dayan, I would rest a few more seconds and go again. Now he knows that he needs to jump more to the left.
Especially because the first move does seem to drain him a bit. It's very powerful, this.
Yes.
Crosses through. Watch the hips.
Go low, go low. Yes. Foot is popping, left foot is popping. Again, those holds are very sneaky. Also, kind of a new set introducing in our field. I think it got introduced the end of last year. Very interesting. We didn't see them a lot these years, but now we see them more and more. Beautiful new range that makes the setters create more and more interesting movements. See how it goes with the time. Like, you get tired, you spend a lot of energy.
Yeah, I think he is getting tired here. You can see his feet just skating around a little bit more than they did before. Brings the right foot in. He's got 18 seconds. It is enough time, but he has to get it now, and he won't.
A lot of muscle. Those big tuna holds, to hold them in the middle like the setters created, it's so hard. Those are huge slopers, there is no in-cut or a pocket. You just have to trust your contact strength. And as you see now, the parts that I told you that are the good parts, the edges of the holds are actually dual textured, so they are smooth. So it's way harder anyway.
Yes, you can't hold the very, very top. And this is true reality right now. There's cameras on you, there's lights, there's a huge crowd watching, and Dayan is about to pull on. His 4 minutes have started already. Just tightening up those shoes. Now, 2 zones. He is still in third, but he'd like to get a top here.
Yeah, he needs a top to stay, let's say, relevant. I'm not really familiar with his climbing. He's relatively new to the circuit, but if he made it to the finals, he probably is able to climb the boulder.
Now, he's very strong on the domestic scene in the UK as well. In the build-up to the World Cup circuit, he was doing well in local comps and just, coming through. I remember him at the Youth World Champs in Voronezh. He was very good as well. So he's been coming for a while, just not to this level. He stepped things up tonight.
Well, it takes some good years to come to your best performance in a competition. Maybe your best performance is top 10, maybe your best performance is top 40. But to come to this performance, you have to study your way, to understand where you are.
It's all new, isn't it? I mean, how you warm up, how you interact with the other athletes, all of that stuff you have to get used to. trying to bring that right foot up and struggling with it. Maybe flexibility, or what's going on there?
I feel that he needs to be more higher up with all of his body. Like all of his body was pretty low compared to the left hand. Dayan Lee went way higher with his body, and also flexibility. We can talk about his height. He's relatively tall athlete, so I'm guessing putting himself in a small box, it's harder for him.
178 centimeters, so you're right, on the taller side.
Yeah, not crazy tall, but relatively to climbers, he's on the tall side. Also, as we said, those are brand new holds and a new set, so maybe it's also a part of it. I think also the hand position is not perfect. You can see the foot is a bit shivering on this spot. This hold is so tiny, and he have to put all of his body weight on a specific, really small hold. Yeah, but he is doing an amazing effort for his first final, you know?
Yeah.
That's gotta be exciting for him, and I'm sure that he's happy, and he feels that he did the achievement of going into finals. It's the last competition of the season here in Korea, so it's a great way to finish the season and get motivated for the next one.
Absolutely, if he can get his own as well, he'll be easily in touch with the podium, maybe not with Dayan Lee out in front.
Yes, let's see if he can get it to the zone. 1 minute on the clock, still enough time. Maybe not enough for a top.
Yeah, watch this right foot. This is the move he's been struggling on. Bring it onto the jib. That is a bit better from him. Still not having the height on it. Holding his side there. I guess you're really scrunched up, aren't you? A lot of ab working.
Yeah. But, you know, again, it gives us a really good perspective about Dayan and the way that he's hypered this competition, and just, as you said, the meant beat, because wow, from qualies he was on top.
Yeah, he was.
Like dominant.
And very relaxed throughout. All right, Dayan, now he's going backwards now. I think he's done with that shake of the head. He'll call it there, I think. Or maybe not.
You can. This is what I wanted to say. Sometimes for the zone you can go on the last seconds, but this is already...
It's a bit far away, isn't it, in 9 seconds?
Yeah. Too much movement, delicate movement.
Went for the heel in desperation, but he is done. So no zone. So a little slipping behind now a little bit for Dayan Akhtar. So he'll have to go and have a rethink before the final climb.
Let's see. The other guys can you know, make mistakes too. Maybe he will stay in the same position. This is what I love about competitions. Everything can change. And
it's an interesting position he's got his fingers in. He's wrapping the thumb. And then
it's a method, because you know what, I only promised the second spot. Second or higher, let's see. Now we are with the Great Britain climber, once again. Upcoming new guy.
Yeah, and a powerful climber, so he might enjoy this.
Yes.
And he has struggled a bit throughout this. He's fifth at the moment, no top so far.
Yeah, no top, 2 zones. Let's see how he reacts on that one.
All right, here he goes. Easy on the jump. And he looks for the toe as well. That's my instinct would to do it, but you can tell from the body position it's harder to do the move.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to campus because it keeps your weight under the hand.
He looks casual.
Yeah. Oh,
and he's gone for the press, hasn't he?
He already tried the press, but he needs to go a bit higher with the left hand on the hold, on the zone hold. Let's see if he does it. Come on.
Adjustments, drags the toe to catch
Come
the weight.
on, that's very good what he's doing. Come on, press it out.
There we go, he's seen it.
Yeah, come on. I'm guessing his coaches are screaming like crazy.
Yeah.
When he's going for the press, they're screaming like crazy. I think he knows this is what he needs to do now. And that's another part, you know, we are always talking about physicality. Are you strong enough? Do you have a good enough technique? Blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, 4 minutes to understand what you need to do. So Dayan Lee, for sure, is capable of doing that, but he couldn't figure it out on time.
So you're saying route reading, we should think about that in the same kind of category as strength and all the rest?
Absolutely, and we train this as well. It's not so easy. Sometimes it can be really confusing what the setters want from you. And yeah, sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't get it. And we saw it on Dayan Lee's face after the last attempt.
And I guess there's an advantage of your skill set, being a route setter and a coach. Again, you can set, and Josh Larson, for example, is the same. He can set boulders.
Josh and me are not the same. Josh is at least 3 levels above me. This guy, he's a legend. He's a legend. But yeah, this is. We talked about it a lot. Every time, by the way, when we are in Salt Lake, Josh is closing the training centers. We come, some coaches together, me, Benny Hartman, Nico Januel, the coach of the French team, and Josh, and we play around with setting. And it's always super interesting also to see the style that the coach is bringing.
Wow. There's so many levels to this climbing game. That's why I love bringing different people into the commentary box. You can give us such an insight. Well, Dayan worked out the potentially good beater, but will he trust it now? This is the thing.
Back on, let's go. A top can put him in an interesting position now with the scoring. Come on.
I think he's going to try something different, perhaps. Because he hasn't brought that palm in yet.
No, so what happened if you saw the first attempt, he had to change from a heel to a toe to reach with the left hand to the top part of the zone hold. Now he was struggling. It's a powerful position. It's a really hard position to do. I think he will go for another try. And it's the last try of the competition, so you're saving no energy and you're just going all in.
And he's got a day off tomorrow if he's doing lead as well, because tomorrow is speed all day, so everyone gets a bit of a rest.
Yeah, I don't know if he's competing in lead as well.
I haven't seen the starting list. I mean, he does climb on a rope, and I would imagine, like, why not if you're here? But we'll see. Tired now, yes. 19 seconds.
He's going for another attempt.
He doesn't stop.
He already have the zone, so this is just like last go motivation, to do this kind of boulder in 12 seconds.
He's doing okay.
Come on.
5 seconds. He's done.
Where are the days of the forklift, huh?
Oh, I'm glad they're gone. I'm glad they're gone. I've watched a few comps where athletes just hang on the wall, and it's an interesting one to explain to TV what's going on there. No, they're waiting for a while. Well, Dayan will go back and greet Do-Hyun Lee. Handshakes there, nice to see. Sitting in the hot seat now.
Okay. Now we have Chong Won Chong coming out. Really strong athlete. I really want this guy to top at least one boulder in front of the home crowd.
Well, this is a close-up of the slopey holes. The toe to drag down, take some of the weight off the arms. And then the mantly move that should come afterwards. You can see a white jib, that's for a foot later on.
Yeah, he couldn't find the right position to bring the